So with the new One Piece chapter, with all of these kind of things that happen, and we know obviously now that the Monkey Luffy's devil fruit, his original devil fruit is the human in me, a mythical zonen, and the guard Nika, and so the gear 5 is the level then when Monkey Luffy turn to a fire guard. And this is the level you have to be in to defeat Kaido. And so it's very interesting because all of the different gears that Monkey Luffy has gives him some kind of more and more closer to a divine being when he fights against some kind of strong opponent. For example, the latest time before this time when he to go to a new gear was when he fight against Katakuri, then was in gear 4 the Snake Man, and the gear 5 is the Fire Guard Nika. So I think this is really cool because when you see what kind of level Monkey D. Luffy have to be in to really defeat an emperor as Kaido, it's very shows us how strong specifically Kaido is, because I cannot say that every emperor are the same strength, because if you think about it, Big Mom is weaker than Kaido because Big Mom was defeated with Law and Kid defeat Big Mom, but Kaido is a total different story with Kaido. So obviously it's a very different design when Monkey D. Luffy, aka Joy Boy, is in that awakening human fruit. So that all of this time, the name of this Gum Gum fruit was just a cover-up name for the real name of the fruit, that is the myticol zonen, the human fruit. This is the real name for it. So that maybe means that, for example, Blackbeard's devil fruit, if Monkey D. Luffy, the main character, is the guard, is the fire guard, is the reincarnation of the fire guard, do that means that Blackbeard is the reincarnation of the guard of darkness? It can be, I don't really know. But the point here with what I want to say in this video is that we have to understand here that Kaido is just the first Yonko that Monkey D. Luffy will defeat on his own. So after Kaido, then we have maybe Shanks, then Blackbeard, and see their strength. Who I think is stronger between Shanks and Blackbeard? I think Blackbeard. I mean, maybe Shanks have a stronger power or a stronger devil fruit, but Blackbeard have more the military power on his side, I think. So the chapter was really amazing. We see Hiyori, Kosoki Oden's daughter, how she looked right now, when she was older, and when she took off the fox mask, and then we see that Yamato Orochi is now defeated when the fire spirit touched him and being burned up. So yeah, I think when we see obviously this, as I said before in my review of this chapter, is that we know that the world government have always been frightened of this mythical zonen devil fruit, and they also they say that they have tried like 800 years to stop that fruit to be activated to come to the surface. So the name of the chapter is The Warrior of Liberation, and so on. So yeah, I think yeah, it's a good chapter. It's a really good chapter. It's obviously the reveal of the Gear 5 and the true name of the Devil Fruit is obviously, for me personally, overshadowing all of the other part in the chapter, because it's so specific. That part is so interesting. Excuse me. I think the best picture in the chapter is when we see Monkey Luffy's big hand grabs Kaido's when he's in the dragon form, and we see the fight between Kaido and the Fire Guard, and we see that Kaido used the like the air breath, like the beam attack from his mouth, and Monkey Luffy he takes the whole ground, is up as a shield, rip it up from the ground, and hold it as a shield against the dragon's beam, the air beam. So we really see a difference in power right now with when Monkey Luffy is in that spiritual fire move with that power. It's very similar in some way. You can say to the Monkey King. It's very similar to that in the attitude of the power. We see that, for example, when Monkey King fight against the Bull Demon King, we see a bit similarities. Is that almost how he plays with a very dangerous opponent. It's not something like that we see with this Devil Fruit in One Piece. We obviously it's a totally different, I don't know how much stronger this gear 5 are in comparison to gear 4, but I suspect that the gear 5 is like maybe 32 steps higher than gear 4. I don't know how it's in One Piece. I think personally, it's my own personal opinion here. I think it's in One Piece it's impossible to rank who of the strong characters who is the strongest of the strong. I think that is almost impossible to do because they are so different levels of power and political and influential power in the world in One Piece. So I think that is the meaning why I think it's so hard, because somebody can be really weak Devil Fruit, but they maybe have a real big armada of warships that they command because of influence and of charisma and other things. So that is the hard thing with One Piece. It's really complicated because even if you have big muscle, you can breathe fire, you can breathe ice, you can do fire thunderstorms. But if you just have that, but you don't have any influence in the world or charisma, then you are nothing in the end. And that's what I mean with One Piece. It's so important with all of these things combined to be a superpower. Yeah, and so here I'm outside in the forest. In Sweden. So here I can show you a little bit about the forest. So it looks like this. This is a very short bit of the forest. Very short bit of the forest looks like that. So sometimes it's very nice to do talks about some chapters that talks about some kind of One Piece things in the forest. It's a cool background, I think. It's not green screen. This is a real forest in the background. So I'm out for real, not in the green. I don't have any green screen behind me. So this is how some of the forest in Sweden can look like. Obviously, it's just one forest. There's many other forests in Sweden, but it's just one example how a little part of a forest can look like in Sweden. So this is I don't know how you say it in English, but it's what you call it. It's not. It's a forest when you are not allowed to cut down the trees. The trees have to fall on their own. Um, I don't know what you call it in English. The name of this kind of type of forests. It's not a reservoir. Um, that maybe is the wrong name, but it's a place where everything can grow old. The old of the trees and all this thing here, the plants, all this kind of thing have to grow old and naturally fall down or be pushed down of the wind. But you cannot cut them down because and all this kind of thing. So I don't know the name in English for it. I'm sorry. That devil fruit, that human fruit, and it's very interesting is that I think Oda probably gonna explain to us later on in the future why he never tells us from the beginning that devil fruit monkey that we have eaten was a mythical zonen from the beginning, and just give it the cover up name. So that means that the power monkeys Luffy have done all of this time have nothing to do with rubber. It's just that the power of the human fruit, what the mythical the guard fruit have just be godlike power. That was the reason why he can do all of these different forms and all these different things. It was not because he was rubber or rattan, but just because he have that power. Yeah. Is this? I don't know. It's not It's not the most beautiful looking mythical fruit. Absolutely not. In my opinion, anyways, the most beautiful mythical devil fruit that exists that I have seen so far have to be Marcus Blue Phoenix. It's probably the most beautiful devil fruit. Yeah, and next, obviously it's not going to be any break, so next Friday is going to be a new review for the next chapter. The cover page of this chapter is we see the two brothers of Sanji are captured in Whole Cake Island, and they start to begin to be tortured of some of Big Mom's minions, some of them. Big Mom is probably not dead. Big Mom is probably gonna return some way to back to her empire, and there lay low for some time, and then I don't think Big Mom is dead. But I don't think that Big Mom gonna have any more big role against the Straw Hats. So I said before, I think that Blackbeard pirates will come to Whole Cake Island, and then they will Blackbeard will take Big Mom's devil fruit and use it for himself, and this kind of thing. But the Straw Hat pirates are finished with Big Mom. They don't gonna have anything to do with her as a person anymore. I think. Because I think for many people, many people are very happy that Big Mom is for right now out of the picture, because people are very. I think right now people are very super excited for just see the end of Wano and really see as a final page to the battle with Kaido, and just move on to see different things, like different worlds. And because we have been in Wano for so long time in the stories, I specifically for the manga readers, that people that read the manga every week, or have really seen Wano so long. So this is like one of the arcs have followed from the beginning all the way to right now. Yeah, that's it. Everyone really want to say about the new power of the fruit and the new chapter. Okay.